Hello everyone, welcome to 3 to a Screenplays Pathfinder campaign less than or equal to 2 episode 15. We're going to switch over to our theme and we will be back shortly.
There is a manticore in this dungeon, and our company is falling to its claws. But if even one companion rolls a 20 with a broadsword, we will slay the beast with one stab through its jaws, and steal the treasure from its paws to thunderous applause.
Hello everyone, we are back. So the last episode, episode 14, was called Casual Grave Robbery. Molly spent some time on the toilet and heard a tink, looked within the chamber pot and saw a moonstone within its depths. Molly did not retrieve it. Tectune made Molly a constipation cure which worked exceedingly quickly as Molly finished making breakfast. The party set out for the home of Count Andrastante Morkarath, but realized partway through they did not know exactly where they were going, and decided to speak to one of the vampires that appeared to be a survivor of the Colosseums. Felicity managed to convince the vampire she was also a vampire and pulled out the name Isina as a sire, which was a vampire of notable repute to Felicity's surprise. Tecton used the party to attempt to fix a portion of the vampire's gouged out brain and seemed to do decently in doing so. The party set out and realized Ruth was not present, nor was Han, as Molly had neglected the fact that it was her day to watch them. They doubled back and found evidence of a struggle as well as Samsaran blood. Tracking the trail, the party found a run-down building. After some exploring the front, Felicity went to the back of the building and found 50 to 60 graves of varying freshness, some of which had body parts sticking out of the ground, at least one of which was twitching due to the recentness of their death. The trio, counting Tectune, entered the building and found fresh human blood heading up the stairs and oversized muddy footprints back and forth through the back door. Molly followed the blood upstairs and found a significant amount of demonic occult symbols and ritualistic sites, which stood out as odd in vampire country. She also collected every bit of money she could find. Felicity stayed on the base floor and found a significant amount of equipment that was raided from corpses and likely the graves as well before heading upstairs to join Molly. The party found an office with a mithril dagger hidden in the bottom of a desk with a chair overlooking a mausoleum at the back of the yard, the door of which closed as the party observed it. Deciding to investigate, Molly went to the mausoleum while Felicity partially exhumed the body she discovered and found they were buried alive rather quickly. Molly found the mausoleum to be barred from the inside and used Mage Hand to move the bar and open the door. Discovering Samsaran blood handprints, the party investigated further and found Han face down on a table while unconscious Ruth and the other Samsarans were chained to the wall. Fresh graves were in front of them. Felicity leapt forward to flip Han over. He revealed the party was in danger of Gravebound, undead creatures known for burying creatures alive. While Felicity released Ruth, Molly set a delayed bomb. Upstairs, the sound of a stone door opening and closing alerted the party to hide, but not before promising Han a blowgun. The party managed to slay 4 Gravebound without being buried alive. After freeing the Samsarans and placing their sleeping forms into the cart, as well as finding all of their journals, the party dug up the buried Samsarans and removed the journals to return to Corcus Lake. In an attempt to prevent more Gravebound from being born, the party dug up every grave they could see in the range over the course of several hours and grabbed everything of value off the corpses. The poisoned Claw took up hiding within the house to wait for the resident to return. A woman carrying groceries entered the home, much to the dismay of the group. Shortly after, she dropped the groceries and revealed herself to be a Moroi vampire. While the vampire made her way through the home to the mausoleum, Molly took the opportunity to stab her with one of the stakes. The vampire fought valiantly, but they were ganked beyond recognition by the ruthless duo who smiled down at her smirking corpse / ashes, and the party leveled up.
We leveled up.
So, you have collected the ashes of this vampire that you have ruthlessly destroyed, who never really stood a chance, and was caught unprepared. So you're currently in a house of a person that you killed, and it's starting to reach morning. It's probably 3 or 4 in the morning.
Okay. Can I make a quick intelligence check? So I have these ashes Like, what check would I make to know if these ashes could be used to identify this vampire?
You would know that they can. It's like any body part. They can be used to identify if they have the right spells with it.
Okay, but it's like it's not totally useless. This isn't like a pile of non-magical useless ash.
No, it's not like you just scooped it from the fireplace.
Yeah, that was what I was worried about. It's like bringing that to somebody and being like, well, this could be anything. But
no,
okay.
it could be used to identify. Yeah, it does
Perfect.
have some properties.
Then it's approaching 4. It's so late. Part of me still feels like we should go right away and just be like, hey, try to report it at least, and if they won't let us in, go in the next day.
I'm down.
Okay. Just so we're doing our best to be good boys and girls, not get enslaved or drank.
Or drank.
Or drank.
Want to get drunk,
Are you?
not drink.
Did you ever find out where the place is?
No, I was assuming it'd be easy to tell because it's a castle.
You could go outside and look. You did
Wait.
immediately get distracted by.
Yeah,
this.
didn't the sheriff tell us where to go? Didn't he point us in a direction?
Oh, he did. Yes, you're right.
Because we were headed there.
No, we got
Yeah.
distracted.
Yeah, we got distracted. So I'm gonna follow the sheriff's guidance.
Sure. All right. As the streets have started to clear out a little bit, and in the way distance, definitely not within the range of being hit, you can see the beginning telltale signs of sunrise, that light, very faint pinkness in the distance. You continue along this path. The Colosseums are starting to get more and more quiet, and there are less vampiric creatures that you see roaming around in the morning. There's a lot more humans that seem to be running final errands or are hauling different equipment or blood or other type of shipments to these other facilities that they either work at or are enslaved at. You eventually, after about 45 minutes, reach this very large, very beautiful building. If you think like a British estate, kind of that type of opulence and style, that's what you see here. There are fountains, which have a red liquid flowing through them, and there seem to be a perfectly sculpted lawn and garden, which is kind of odd. You haven't seen this type of work put into this facility before. There also are gas lamps rather than the stone lamps that you had seen before. So this part has actual flames.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh, money. Okay, so we approach. I'm assuming there's some like royal guard here.
Yeah, you do see some attendants rather than guards. They don't seem to be carrying weapons on them, but they are dressed quite sharply. Make a perception check.
Say 16.
They do not appear to be to be vampiric. They appear to be human.
Ooh, that's fun. Just gonna try to flag someone down. Excuse me?
Yes.
That's a lovely accent.
Thank you.
Would you please tell me more about your life and where you're from?
No.
Influence check.
I am not paid to do so.
Oh my god.
Come on, it's late, off hours. That's a 14. To convince
You're
him
trying to
keep
influence
talking.
him to tell you about his life?
I'm trying to influence him to make you keep doing that accent.
Well, I was born about 27 years ago in a small village.
Okay.
My mother was from high society and taught me to speak like this, but it never came in handy until I joined this guard position. They don't pay very well, but I do get to use my voice sparingly.
I'm so
Because I
sorry.
can imagine if you had to speak like this for an extended amount of time, you would not be happy either.
No, I wouldn't. So, what were your parents' names?
Oh my god.
No, we don't have to go here. No, I'm just joshing you. Hi, my name is Suzanne. This is Barbara. We're here. We were seeking counsel with her shadowy eminence, Andaraste.
Her?
Wait,
Their shadowy eminence, Andaraste, because I may have just misgendered a vampire.
Andrastante Morkara.
Morcraft, yeah.
Yeah, Morkarath. Andrastante?
It's definitely a dude, right?
Andrastante. I definitely wrote down Andraste. Because
This
I
isn't
played
Dragon
too much
Age.
Dragon Age.
I would recommend you get his pronoun correctly before you meet him.
Okay, well, I'm just happy that we already have a title for this episode. Misgendering a vampire.
Do you have an appointment?
No. But, urgent business, there's some, possible underground, activities.
Yep.
We can't really share with you. We're hoping to share with Understante.
Can I just...
We're no, stranger to earthquakes, my little, gnome.
I'm sorry, you're a little what?
Gnome.
They are quite cute, aren't they? And then can I do an influence on him?
Sure.
An influence roll. Calm down.
Molly's fuming.
I know, it's a 23.
Adorable. They make the cutest pets.
They really do. Hi, Barbara. I know I was kind of introduced by my gnome here, but
Hold on.
we really have
Not
some
last long.
urgent business with Morkarath. He'll be thrilled to hear what we have to say.
Is this, urgent by, breathing standards or unbreathing standards?
Unbreathing, for sure.
Excellent. Give me one moment.
Thank you.
And stiffly turns around and heads in the door. There's another,
She'll put the poison in
there's
my-
another human there. Turns to you. He's such an ass.
Yeah. What is his name, by the way?
Oh, that's a great question, don't you know? His name is Rome.
Rome? Rome?
Rome. Correct.
Last name?
Good spelling. I don't know his last name. I don't want to know it. He
Date
talks
of birth
too
and
much, so I
social
should
security
know.
number.
I respect that. So,
432.
what would you say is the worst possible fate outside of being consumed for a breather in these areas?
Are you speaking about Rome specifically?
Yeah, no, Rome's got quite a future ahead of him, and I'm gonna make sure of that.
Well, if he were to lose his job, he would really hate that.
Oh, okay. Cool. I guess we can start
I
easy.
cannot say that I would be disappointed if that were to happen.
Okay, and what's your name? Because you sound a lot more, you sound like the person we should have started talking to.
My name is 46.
Thank you, 46. Is that 2 numbers, or is that a bunch of letters?
Forzix.
Aw. I love that.
Sorry.
It's okay.
46, how long have you been in the guard out here?
I actually started about 3 months ago.
Oh, wow. New job. How are you liking it?
I miss the sun.
Oh.
Is there a lot of corn where you're from?
What's corn?
It's a type of food. She's being presumptive. Don't worry about it.
Well, presuming can be useful.
That is true. So is it normal for a vampire to have a human retinue like this?
Yeah, we're easier to control, so they say. And when you got pompous asses like Rome, it makes it easier. He's hoping someday he'll move up in society, but I don't have any interest in that.
I'm gonna make sure one way or another that he does not move. Is he like a higher
upwards?
position? Yeah, he doesn't move at all.
I guess you could call him lead. He likes to say manager, but
Okay.
he can manage something that comes out of my butt.
I like you.
Can we bring 4-6 with us? She's a little spitfire.
You could certainly try and buy her.
I'm not gonna buy a person. I can't do it.
We're trying to save money, not spend.
Yeah. Ship funds. Not gonna happen. No. Or like, let's just say that. Yeah.
I gather you haven't met Adrastante before.
No, as a first, but we make good impressions.
Well, you may be a little shocked at what you see, but the less shocked you look, the better off you'll be.
Okay.
We're gonna have to do performance checks to not be shocked.
And be careful what you think.
Oh, yeah, that's rough. Careful what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We got minds like steel traps. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I've just never had to think about what I'm thinking about before, but
I've never had that problem. I don't think about anything.
oh, that's true. Yeah, I think too much. So maybe I need to lock this thing down.
Yeah, you gotta stop thinking.
If you have any wine, a little bit can help soothe that raging mind of yours.
As it just so happens, and Molly pulls out a jug of the brain wine. Now, Forzik, I know you're on duty, but if you wouldn't mind, just a taste. I'm doing some tests. I'm working on a new batch here.
You watch as they reach in their pocket, and they have a collapsible shot glass.
I love you.
Collapsible. It's already pretty small.
Yeah. I pour a glass for both of us. Do you want any brain wine just for the bonus?
I'm gonna lean into my poor intelligence skill here.
Okay, respect. All right. So we both have some brain wine.
To your health and continued beating heart.
Oh, that's so sweet. I'm gonna start using that. To your continued beating heart.
Oh, that shit's good.
Oh, it's real good.
Excuse my language.
He knows what's up.
Yeah. Oh, we're here to fart.
Also, I don't know if it's important to you, but you got some arms hanging out the back of your van there. Unless they're gifts, you may want to tuck that back in there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
They
Yeah.
also don't look healthy. They're very blue.
Yeah, that's part of the whole. Yeah, the urgent business. But yeah, we'll lock that up. Hey, Bruce, Tech-Tune, can we
Oh, now I figure out the voice. Okay. Picks up the body.
That's Tech-Tune. He's an angel.
The arms you see flop back in, and they lower a curtain on the back. You're currently staring at 4-6, just...
We're just vibing.
We're just drinking.
Just waiting.
We're drinking buddies. Sipping wine, hanging out.
I'm sure Rome will be out soon. Unless maybe he slipped and died. Oh, that would be horrible.
That would be
Bless
horrible.
his heart.
Bless his poor little heart.
So, how'd you end up here?
Well, I was sold by my ma.
Oh.
I have 4 other sisters that are younger, so I wanted to make sure that they could afford to keep the farm. And by farm, I mean the part that was taken over by the vampires. So.
Well, it's very noble of you.
Yeah.
You're a good sister.
You know, sometimes you just gotta be a better sister.
Yeah.
I was not the best sister, so at least I could make up for it now.
Aw. And honestly, it seems like you could be in a much worse position as far as being sold goes.
I could. I don't have much going on in my head, so that makes this job a lot easier.
Aw.
The only problem is it leaves a lot of room for those echoes of Rome.
Those echoes of Rome.
Sorry, excuse her.
She's our fat dumb cat.
You see the door open. Miss Barbara and Gnome, you are welcome to come in and see Andrastante.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Rome, have a great rest of your life. And I just hold eye contact.
What a uniquely charming expression for a uniquely charming individual.
Yeah. All right, let's just go.
Did you actually want to do something?
No. I've made my vague threat.
4-6, I don't know what you're doing standing there, but you can move back to your post.
I turn back to 4-6 as I enter.
6 inches to the left.
Yeah. I'm gonna give 4-6 a wink as I walk inside. Just gonna let them interpret that as they need to. It's not
They
like
nod.
yeah.
You have entered into the building, but there's no one in here to greet you. It's very open, lots of staircase. It's probably 4 stories tall. You can see up the staircase.
That is very tall.
But at this point, he let you in and didn't tell you where to go. You hear echoing footsteps, but you can't tell exactly where they're from.
Is there, like, furniture at all? Like, is there a chair?
Yes, it's right in front of the fire. There's, like, a couch and a chase lounge.
Let's go there.
And also think, like, an ottoman that doesn't seem to have any place it should be. There are a bunch of hallways that kind of branch out from here. This is the grand hall and seems to be the starting point for a lot of different areas of this building.
Roll a perception check.
Sure.
It's only a 14.
Okay. I need you both to make will saves for me.
Okay.
Is this against compulsion or fear?
It is not.
Just a regular old will save.
12.
20. As in, I rolled a natural 18.
Felicity, what are you thinking at this moment?
I am thinking about how I really want to just go sit in front of that fire and take a nap.
Felicity, you don't notice anything except for that thought that just kind of keeps resounding. It almost echoes a little bit. Molly, you feel someone is picking around your brain, trying to get access to that sort of information. But you are able to fight them off if you wish, or you can reveal the thoughts that you're...
Can I sort of pick and choose?
Within reason, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to direct their attention to the thoughts of, like, concern for the area in the kingdom, given what we've experienced and witnessed, as well as, like, a desire to speak to Andrastante, and then some, like, admiration for the area, dislike of Rome. But like
Okay.
nothing any deeper than that.
Okay.
Just like the flattering obvious stuff with like a little bit non-important extras to try and make it seem more realistic, like I'm not withholding.
Sure. Would you two make another perception check, please? With advantage. Because if you miss this, I will be shocked.
I got 2 6s.
Oh, my second one was far better.
Is that a total of 6?
That's a total of 6. 2 6s make 1 6 with advantage.
I got a 19.
Okay. You two see that there's this very large painting over the fireplace. And when I say large, it's like 16 by 8. Like, it's imposing. And what it shows is this person kind of in a T pose, not quite like Judeo-Christian crucified look. It's like a little lower, almost like they have their arms spread and they're floating, one leg behind the other. They have this white cloak around them, but their body is totally black. And Felicity, you see it shimmer.
Ooh.
Like shimmery shiny? Like you're kind of shiny? Like magic shiny.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna make a spellcraft check on that.
Yeah, now that you see it, you see that there's this flickering wash over it, almost as if you see ripples on a pond. It kind of moves across like that.
Okay. That's an 18 spellcraft check. Wait, no, it's intelligence based, so it's a 20, because I have the brain one.
So, you're trying to identify what the spell is?
If it's a spell, if not like the effect of the spell.
Sure. The spell is conjuration.
Hmm.
And maybe a little abjuration, but the abjuration is very faint.
Okay.
You hear this kind of hiss noise in your brains. It's not unpleasant. It's not like someone is like cat hissing at you. It's more of a welcome to my home, and how may I assist you? And it echoes in your brain like 3 or 4 times before fading out. You may curl up in front of the fire while you answer.
You physically.
No, I go stretch out on the chaise.
I get comfortable as well. Thank you for your kindest hospitality. Your dark and abyssal eminence. From the deepest reaches of the darkest shadows, we bid you a good evening.
And I the same to you, as you watch as the room visibly darkens, and you see the painting turn black, and the individual from the painting floats out with that rippling cape and starts to descend in front of the fire and in front of you two. They have no features whatsoever. It seems that you come bearing news that could be pertinent to me and my kingdom. Sorry, my domain, not kingdom.
Oh, careful there.
Careful now. Careful there.
Yeah, we had a little run in. Are we like telling all?
I think we're gonna be transparent here.
Okay.
Yeah.
With some Gravebounds. Got it right.
Mm-hmm. As well as it appeared to be demon-worshipping vampire.
Yes.
She appeared to be kidnapping the breathers like ourselves, burying them alive, and summoning these sort of variant undead. A couple of our companions were kidnapped and almost suffered the same fate. However, we resolved the situation. We wanted to let you know, maybe direct your attention towards it. And if it was something you were actively in support of, I guess we're just here to apologize.
There is no expression on their face. So let me make sure I have this right. You breathers took of your own volition to slay a vampire that you found doing unsavory things, and brought evidence to me, including individuals in the back of your cart in various states of illness. Is that correct?
That's about the sum of it.
Yeah, we didn't mean to be presumptive about our state or authority. At the time, we were in search of a couple of our companions, and the pieces just sort of started to fall one after another, and we figured we'd talk to you once it was done and act out any hard.
How did you slay this creature? Did you use any sort of illegal objects?
No,
a stake?
No, they were burned.
Okay, they're gonna do. You need to make a will save because they're gonna parse apart your mind for this information.
I'm not lying.
You're not lying.
And they're already in my brain. I burned them with fire to kill them.
Okay. Felicity, make a will save.
Will save. Yeah, you know what? This is 16. I would like to fiercely think about fire.
Well, it seems you have nothing to hide, and I trust you. Whether that shall be my bane, we shall see later. May I see the evidence of this? And you watch as, like, the fingers unfurl and hold out for whatever you're carrying for them.
I hand the vial of ash over.
You feel very cold as you get close to their hand.
Ooh. How very cold is it?
And you watch as they pop it open and pour out the ashes, but the ashes stay floating.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch as it kind of collects them. And you watch as it swirls around the body. Ah, yes, I see. You watch as he waves and all of the ashes go into the fire and burn purple for a hot second. Well, it seems you've done me a favor. Vanessa was always a pain in my side. And it seems like she was attempting to gain some sort of power with an undead army. And I'm gathering that you unburied every one of those graves.
We did.
Yeah, it was like 70 graves.
But, you know, we had cool new shovels. It was a treat.
There's tons of shovels down there, by the way. If you need shovels, she was hoarding shovels.
Well, I can assure you I have no need for shovels, but I will let my inferiors know what to do with them.
Thank you.
So, you say undead, occult, demonic. Do you have any further information?
Just a series of runes scrawled throughout the building on the floor. I'm no expert in the matter. Again, we were just there to help out a couple of friends. But knew enough about Gravebound to know that we couldn't leave these bodies in the earth without it posing a significant threat.
You watch as they pull a book off of the shelf, and they pull out a quill from somewhere, you're not quite sure where, prick their own finger and write, and then you watch as it close, and then you see them count down with their fingers, and you hear this rumble, and you see this column of fire that erupts into the sky. Well, we won't have to worry about that house anymore.
Molly is like so into this vampire right now.
Oh, shit.
Are you coming to me with some sort of request for reward? Is that your approach here? To be honest, it is, what is the term that you use? Ballsy to come up here?
Yeah, that's a term that we use. So we have a couple things. More, I would say,
they sort of settle into a sitting position on nothing, in floating.
I gotta learn how to do that.
I know. I think we share that knowing glance and like both have that thought at the same time for this
So
vampire.
watch as the cape sort of forms into that chair-like form, but it's not solid. It's definitely flowing continuously.
That's so sick. Okay.
And everything it is saying is communicated through your brain. There is no audible noises here, besides the gentle movement of fabric.
As far as a direct exchange for the favor we've done you, we will get to that at the end. What I ask is not much, but it would mean a lot to me. Yeah. However, we were coming to see you before this encounter as well.
You feel them poking around in your brain, attempting to figure out what you're doing before you say anything. You're welcome to let them in or try and fight it off.
I'm just going to let them know up front. This is like, I'm aware of where you're heading, and here is what I'm going to give you. And I want to give them that meeting that we had about garnering support.
Oh.
Wait, should I give them the whole thing? Before I do that.
I mean, we don't know what his angle is yet, so I feel like that's giving him the entire meeting is a little aggressive.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna let him know that, I guess then, yeah, I'm gonna, as part of that, just let him know, like, I know where he's going. We are going to get there. He is going to get what he needs, assuming we get what we need.
You can tell when they're not piercing through your mind immediately. There's a flash of impatience from this individual, and they start tapping their fingers very slowly against what would be the arm of a chair.
I understand what you're looking for, and I promise you will get it. However, sharing it with you puts us in a fairly vulnerable position. And so before that information is shared with you, and I understand you're used to people being in vulnerable positions, especially breathers like us, I need to make something very clear. Is there anyone else who might be listening in on our conversation right
No one of any import, no.
Okay.
If they did have eyebrows and could raise them, you would see it raised, but you feel an eyebrow raise, essentially.
Okay. How do I even start this conversation? I'm so bad at political intrigue.
Well,
Sorry. I know, and I jumped right in. Do you have an angle?
We were asked by a group of like-minded individuals
I love that.
to aid in a little bit of sneakery involving the political state of this kingdom.
To do what?
To test the waters in terms of people that may not agree with everything that Maricena does.
Make a will save.
Both of us, or just her?
Just her.
Okay.
That's another 16.
You feel them poking hard at your mind, and you can almost feel this like speak more plainly vibe as they're trying to just get to the heart of what you're trying to ask.
How do you feel about Maricena?
Let me be direct.
Sure.
Are you looking to overthrow Maricena, and you're asking if you have my support?
Not at the... No, not so directly. Mostly I'm asking if you are happy with your place and your role, or if you think it would be better if things were to change.
They stop tapping their fingers, and they just sort of pause for a moment. The flickering of their capes stops. And there's a long moment of silence. I gather you've had more than conversations than just this one. And I need to ask, how much support do you have for this? How many people have agreed to throw their weight behind it? And is there anyone of import?
I don't feel comfortable answering the first one yet, based on conversations I've had, just like this, with everybody else.
I think you should take into consideration I am not like everyone else.
Well, clearly you have no face. No, I don't say that. I don't say that out loud. What I will be clear about is that we do have individuals of high import. We were tasked with this from individuals of high import and have the support of other individuals as well. Your
How
names...
many?
In truth, we don't know the full scope of this.
Yes, we don't know what they have done on the outset. We were just tasked with traveling on the down low.
How many have you talked to that have agreed to your plan?
One?
Two. Two if you count the first person.
Oh,
yeah,
that's true.
which I'm going to count them. I'm going to go ahead and say two individuals with great weight and import.
Who have people under them.
Yes.
We are not talking to every single
It's not like...
underling.
Yeah.
Like, we are talking to the people who can make the most impact on their own.
Mhm.
And how many more do you have yet to talk to? So if you would have 2 of 8, 9, 3.
I think 2 of 5. That's 40%.
And to be clear, these are, without giving it away, these are heads of state in their locations.
I feel I know of at least one person of which you're speaking. So, are there any terms, any other discussion, or is this simply a hypothetical? Because to be honest, the danger of this conversation happening at all means that Maricena could be weeding out those who are a problem and eliminating them all.
Why do you
That's
think
true.
it was tasked of us? A couple of nobodies wandering through kingdoms. A couple of no talents, no reputation breathers like ourselves.
Because no one would miss you if you died.
Exactly. No one would miss us if we died, and no one would respect what we said if we brought it forward. They asked us to do this because we're the exact right people to have these conversations with.
I showed him the conversation of us lying to her chancellor,
Oh, to Drago?
to Drago.
I wouldn't.
Sure.
I wouldn't even bring him into that.
Really? I mean, that's proof that we're not talking to Maricena.
That's true. I guess that's true, but it also associates us with Maricena. No, I trust you. I trust you. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I just think about it.
Yeah.
And, like, we lied extensively to this high-ranking member of Maricena's court to get access.
Sure. Or is there anything you're withholding from that conversation, or is it just the full...
I don't think so.
Yeah.
And
Is
I
there
think I
anything you
want
wanna
to...
highlight in that?
Yeah, I think I want to highlight maybe our nervousness in that conversation as like further proof that like we were doing this exclusively to get information to help us enter other territories
Sure.
cleanly.
You kind of play through that memory in your head to the best of your ability, to your best recollection. Why don't you roll a d20 for me? With advantage.
Rolled 2 7s.
Okay. You can tell that they're listening into your memory of sorts. Then they chuckle. Well, you are quite good at lying, or rather, omission. Now I have to ask, is there anything you're withholding from me in this conversation?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is there anything you're withholding from me in this conversation?
No.
Only names. And again, those will be revealed with your support. And in time, also. We're not going to give anything to anybody before we know this is happening, just to avoid hurting anybody in the process.
Well, with the assurance that my influence and power will increase, you have my support.
That is a Suzanne Summers and Barbara guarantee.
Well, they reach out to shake your hand.
I give them the coldest vampiric handshake I can muster.
And it still chills you to the bone. Think liquid nitrogen level cold.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually like share that, my thoughts in that. Those are going to be very surface.
Okay, and Felicity, they offer to shake your hand as well. It's not as cold because you have fur, but your pads are icy cold.
Well, I'm nice and toasty from sitting in front of the fire.
And you do not care for Rome, as you have made perfectly clear.
Yes, that was what I was going to ask as my favor. I would like to ensure that Rome has a permanent loss of station. That can go as far deep as you need to. Oh, incredibly so. But seeing as I have nothing I truly desire else, you know, petty victory is still a victory.
And where would you have me place said Rome?
In the bathrooms.
As
I want Rome as 4/6's permanent toilet attendant.
Oh, I don't think she'd like that.
Actually, no,
She'd
she
have
would
to hang
hate
out
that.
with him.
Oh, she would hate that. Actually, no, can you send him to the bathrooms at the arena? Is it something that you have the authority to do?
You wish for them to attend the bathrooms at the arena.
Yeah, to tend to the bathrooms in the cheapest of the arenas. If you need me to buy out their contract, I happily will.
Contract
Depending on how much it
isn't
is.
the issue. And to replace them, you would rather have 4/6, I gather?
4/6 is doing a great job down there. Not that, again, you know who you need where you need them. All that I'm asking is that you put Rome in the worst possible position without being, like, physically consumed. I want this to hurt for as long as possible, and I think the bathrooms are the best place to do that.
Give me something that you value, and I'll let you tell Rome yourself.
What do I value? I've given so much of my stuff away.
Doesn't have to be material.
That's true.
Information.
What do I have? That's
Everything.
information.
Like in your brain.
I could. Oh god, what do I have in my brain that's good? Good information.
You give them the recipe to your brain wine.
Yes. 100%.
Not that he'd care.
Now, I'm going to
Horrible.
share with him the recipe to my brain wine. No, you know what I'm going to give him? I'm going to give him the detailed agony of my torture 100 years ago.
Oh.
Roll a percentile die for me.
I'm going to relive that in this moment, and I will let you decide what effect that has on me as a DM. That's a 64.
Oh. So, I need a second, because that was an interesting roll.
Hey, I'm an interesting gal.
Man, that's a thinker. That's a good one.
Thank you for the. I was just gonna try to. I was gonna like root through whatever horrible thing I had on me.
No, he doesn't want your stuff.
Yeah. I have a backup if this is really offensive to him.
Sorry, I'm having issues finding what I'm looking for here. There we go. So, in this moment, while you're reliving your torture, you feel kind of a shudder through your whole body. And you feel the world kind of shudder out around you, and you're currently sitting in darkness. And you see this cat with one purple and one blue eyes with its tail flicking left to right, staring at you in your mind. And it just stares, seemingly waiting for you to react in some way.
I'm just going to trace my eye back and forth on the flick of its tail. I'm just going to wait for the cat to make the first move.
So, with that, did you give any information in your torture? Anything valuable? Like, when you were tortured, what was the purpose?
The purpose, I believe, was revenge for the work that I was doing, as well as an attempt to take, like, part of it was, you know, extracting my blood as a gnome. But a vast majority of it was revenge, as well as trying to weed out more information on myself and my collaborators. But in truth, at the time, they had everything that I had. I couldn't get them anymore.
The cat smiles in the way that a cat sort of can smile. And you watch as it shifts into this man with kind of a chunk missing out of his head, and he's standing up top chains and looks at you. Come to me, dear Molly.
Molly will stand if she's sitting, assuming she stayed like seated through that whole thing. And I'll take a few steps. I'm gonna need a little bit of information first.
Sure.
Who am I speaking to?
Make a religion check.
It's my religion. It's not horrible. Losing my religion. That is a modified 20.
If you had to guess which god I am, who would you think I am? And with that, you think it might be the god of torture. Novulu.
No voodoo. You know, not a god I've been too attached to, if I'm too honest. No. As you can see.
Unfortunately, you were on the end of someone who needed more from you. When you're on the other end, it's quite fun. But trust me, I relish in the pain of torture.
Well, you're gonna love what I just did to our friend Realm.
I wouldn't necessarily call that torture as much as vengeance, but I suppose that's something to be seen.
The spiritual and emotional torture for the last decades, assuming he lives that long.
Now, Molly, you have such delicious feelings about what happened to you. So I have a deal for you. Live in that pain for a time, and I will give you a piece of information on vengeance and how you may say return the favor.
Molly takes it, no questions asked.
They reach out with their finger, and their nail digs into your forehead, and you feel it descending deeper and deeper. And it's definitely painful, and it's reaching into your brain, and you feel the point dig at that memory of that torture and how you've repressed it as much as you can, and the seal just breaks. And in that moment, you flash back, and you are screaming in agony, remembering the pain. And Felicity, this happens split second. Molly is collapsed and screaming.
Yeah, it's been almost 100 years since that happened. So, like, this is old stuff. This is very fresh.
You can describe what you're doing on the floor as you remember this torture, but as we know as humans, as time moves on, kind of that pain will fade away as you don't live it. None of that's happened. It's as if it's happening to you right now. You remember it with perfect clarity.
And Molly's just openly wailing and weeping and, like, clutching her arm in the fetal position on the floor, like, face down.
And you are also shaken.
I'm shaken?
Or if you think it would be more appropriate, you can be terrified.
Let's take your first. Let's do shaken.
Okay.
I don't remember the mechanical
difference.
difference.
-2 on attacks, saves, skill checks, and ability checks.
Okay. And I'll let you know when... Well, you just let me know when that's over.
Sure.
But that can go as long as you think is fair.
Adrastante is shocked at what's going on and honestly just kind of sits and watches with a sick fascination at what's going on. You are still in pain, but you start to regain your senses. But none of it dulls. It's just a matter of you can force your body to behave a certain way.
I rolled a constitution check, just arbitrarily, to see how I'd respond to it afterwards. I got a 22. So I think Molly's gonna, like, stand up, just grit it, look under Stante where their eyes would be, and just say, "Are you happy now?"
They look confused. You didn't show me anything. You just collapsed in pain.
Molly was, like, so confused and so disoriented, because not only did she get nothing out of it like she was told she would get, but she didn't even share this. She didn't even share it with this person.
You can share it now if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, then I'll share it now in, like, its full horrified glory. I apologize. Let me go through that one more time for you.
You watch as they are overwhelmed, and they actually fall a couple inches before catching themselves.
Ooh. Do vampires like that kind of thing? Because I got this really great spell for ice if you need something more practical.
What?
They actually seem overwhelmed at the vividness of what's going on. And you can feel themselves cut off from you. Go speak to Rome. You have my support. But please leave. I need time to deal with this.
If you want the ice
up
spell,
and back into their photo.
Oh, okay.
They're painting.
This 100-year-old trauma that you've never healed from. Or I can teach you how to make shit really cold.
Yeah. I turn to you just, like, still crying, but, like, the rest of my face is, like, totally normal. And it's just like, I can't remember what I was going to say. He didn't want the ice spell.
I know, it's very weird. Vampires are very strange.
I thought I was getting it.
I would have taken the ice spell.
I thought I was getting it. Clearly I don't understand. I think I might have just talked to a god for the first time, and also maybe it was the wrong one.
This is kind of not, like, Felicity's, but can I use my bluff check to, like, be supportive?
You're gonna pretend to be supportive?
Like, she knows you need support in this moment, but she doesn't know how to do it.
But share genuine persuasion. Why would that be a bluff check?
Because I have plus 10.
I think it's just influence, right?
Yeah. Mine's just, like,
But
specifically bluff, but... Yes, it's influence.
So, if you can find a way that it's a genuine bluff, I'll let you use it.
I would. Molly and I are friends, right? Like, we're
Do you
weird
bluff
friends.
that you care more than you actually do?
I think we're like really good coworkers. Like, we were never really friends, but we're just really, really, really good coworkers.
My point is, like, Felicity does not know how to react in this situation.
Okay.
Like, she does not, no concept of, like, empathy or, like, stuff like that. So the only thing that she knows how to do is, like, use her bluff and charisma to make somebody think that she knows what she's doing. Right?
Sure.
So, like...
Are you trying to, like... I will say that you're bluff in playing therapist.
Yes,
with
yes.
no training.
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
can't
you're
wait for
trying to be a
this.
therapist. So why don't you roll for that, and then based on that roll, you say what you think would be appropriate.
All right.
Everybody
All right.
needs their meanest friend to step in and play
Oh,
therapist.
it's a hot 16. What?
All right. So, do you want me to?
Well, what was like? What DC or what? Where does that put me?
It puts you in. You're not just a schmo off the street who is just like, oh, feel better. You know, just be
Mhm.
happy.
Have you tried not feeling sad?
What if you smile?
You realize that it may be out of character, but you could physically console them and ask them how they're doing and listen.
Okay.
Genuinely listen.
Okay.
And maybe say, I'm here to talk. And like that's like the furthest you got is I don't know what to do, but I can be a sounding board for you.
I get like down on my knees in front of you because you're like so much shorter
Mhm.
than me. Do you want to talk about it? I understand that you're feeling a lot of feelings, and feelings are important to feel. And sometimes you need to talk about your feelings in order to not keep them as inside feelings and instead as outside feelings. I'm here if you would like to make your feelings outside feelings.
So Molly absolutely does not want to make her feelings outside feelings.
Okay.
But I am shaken after what I've been through.
Uh-huh.
Just recognize how long we've been together. So I'm going to try to make a bluff check. And if she fails, she is gonna go through the whole fucking backstory for you. You haven't gotten in however long, like 10 years we've been hanging out.
I would also allow you to hug me if that would be better. I'm very soft.
Molly does not go in for the hug.
Oh,
She's gonna attempt the bluff check. So she might lean it. She's just gonna lean her head like on your chest. She's not gonna hug. She's gonna lean her head on your soft chest.
pat the back of your head. There.
You should try to pet me like everybody does to you.
Well, that makes me feel better.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I have a +8 to my bluff, but with -2 from shaken, I'm at a 6.
Can I roll against your bluff?
I'm gonna let Colton decide if we use yours, because the thing is, if we use your 16, it's a 50-50 chance.
Oh, okay.
10 or below,
True.
I tell everything. 10
That's
or
fine.
above, I don't.
That's fine.
Because I'm at 6 now, so modifier.
So, if you want Molly to tell you, you can basically try and like push them over the edge. Like, tell me. I want to know.
No.
You could also technically burn a story point and make this harder for me.
No, I don't want to make that situation. Felicity truly is like trying to help in the only way she knows how, which is to
Yeah.
make her way through it.
Love that.
You roll a 10.
That's a 10. That's a 16. So
So we
who
match.
wins?
Where does the tie go in Pathfinder?
Since it's Molly's story, I will let Molly decide, since it's right on the edge.
And remember, I'm awkwardly patting the back of your head. You're so comforted right
That's true.
now.
I am so comforted. No, I think that I think that it's fair. I don't think I'm going to share everything with you now. I'm just going to let you know again. About 100 years ago, some really, really, really mean people, myself included, did some really, really, really mean things. and we paid for it. I will gladly share this information with you when we're not in a vampire's living room.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was appropriate. I'll file that away.
Yeah, no. We'll do this.
time.
We'll do this in the caravan in a moment.
Okay.
But also understand I'm not in a great spot. Again, I just met a god for the first time.
Oh.
And he's one of the really bad ones.
Mm.
He's supposed to be my friend now, but he didn't even. Yeah, I don't know where I'm at. We'll talk about it in the caravan.
All right.
I give you like one more little like pat.
On my like really, really greasy, like braided for 6 years hair.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, Ruth combed me. Ruth combed my hair the other day. It's not as bad as it normally is. It's as clean as it's ever going to be. Yeah. Sweet, to the car.
To the car.
To the Batmobile.
What's it
Well,
called?
hello, gnome. Welcome back.
Oh, hey, Rome. Will you come with me? And Understante has so we found some stuff, obviously, of import. He clearly wanted to talk to us. He asked me to bring you to where we found it, just to take a look around. Do you mind coming with? It won't take long, and you can come right back.
Let me just verify that this is in fact what Adrestante wanted. And they step inside, and it's just a few seconds. It seems I am to go with you.
Yeah.
And from behind, you see 4-6 just...
I give 4-6 the same wink. All right. I'm going to take him, even though it's super late, I'm going to get some directions to the cheapest arena.
I mean, there were just two, right? There were like human and vampire.
There were several. It's just two
Oh.
leagues.
Yeah, so I want the worst in the worst league.
All right. You spend about 30 minutes getting there, which is actually very close to your room that you had rented.
Yeah.
To call it a bathroom is the equivalent of calling a broken trough that has no walls a bathroom. And it's very human. There is an overflowing outhouse. Like, no one could squat because it's overflowing.
Okay, so I walk him up to it, and I just point at the outhouse. Rome? So, false pretenses. Your new job is to guard that. And when I say guard that, I mean start shoveling that.
And then they realize that you are not laughing.
Yeah. No, Rome. No, Rome. Remember when I said I hope you have a nice rest of your life? This is the rest of your life.
Rome starts stomping back up, seeming to go have words with Adrestante.
No, Rome, you're leaving your post. You can get in big trouble for that. All right, I warned him.
You do not tell me
sorry.
where my post is. You are nothing. You are a gnome.
Oh, this gnome just got you the best job in the whole kingdom. And when Understante ships you right back here, I want you to remember my smiling face. And also remember that the alternative was me ripping your throat out with my bare hands.
Oh. Instead, we have to watch him shovel shit.
We don't have to watch. That's the best part. We don't have to watch.
Oh,
He's
okay.
just going to do this
Okay.
forever.
Okay. I thought you were gonna like need to
Yeah.
watch to like finish whatever this is that you're going.
No, we just get to rest. We get to do whatever we want with the
Okay.
knowledge that he spends the rest of his life by that toilet, shoveling that toilet. And I want to have that conversation in full volume in front of him.
Okay. Well,
as he's
that's fine
stomping
then.
away.
Yeah.
So he has stomped away. You get to see this disgusting bathroom, like double ones, like disgusting. It looks like someone may have, when the toilet were overflowing, built a wall out of those and tried to like separate this place off.
Oh no. Is there
It's-
any toilet paper there?
Oh no.
Okay. If there was, I was going to take it. So.
There's like a half-washed shell
Okay. Is there a super gross person near me coming towards it?
It's pretty empty at this time.
Okay. Never
It's
mind.
about
Yeah.
5:30, so it's almost sunrise, or what would be sunrise?
Yeah, I don't need to make somebody make this bathroom worse, so I'm just gonna pay somebody to fuck this up even more. Why have the last two sessions been so bathroom focused, Colton? Why did you start the last session with me on a toilet?
Because I needed to move the moonstone.
It's all about
You
the moonstone.
chose to swallow it. Had you not swallowed the moonstone, this would not have happened.
It's true. They told me it was delicious, and it was delicious.
You have made this bathroom focused.
Okay.
All by your own choice.
I did today.
Why are you
my
so
fault.
focused on the
Today?
bathroom?
My fault. I just know that there are people out there who need this content, and I'm trying to share it with them. No, it's okay. I'm gonna stop for now.
All right. If you would like, you could go back to your room.
I think.
Well, we haven't rested.
Yeah, I think we need
Right.
to rest, and as part of that, I might share with Felicity.
You're welcome to have that on screen, so...
Okay. So Molly is nude.
Oh, God.
Molly is nude. Ruth is combing
Oh,
her
so
hair.
you've actually made it back. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
let
that's
me get
okay.
you to the room real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
So you see the goblin sitting in their floating stool. Welcome back! No vampiric blood.
I hold up a hand with 5 fingers. I drop one.
You've never seen a gnome or a goblin do this, but they give you a golf clap.
He's a sophisticated
I
goblin.
reach out, I give him a little knuckle.
You see on the counter, there is just the cover of the book. The inside, all the pages are missing.
Oh, so you finished your book.
Yeah.
I did. Still, I don't understand food for thought. I just don't.
That's, yeah. It's kind of
When you eat a... Does it stop you up when you eat a book?
worst constipation I've ever had in my life.
What do you do?
Back to the bathroom.
Because I've heard something like word vomit. Is that...
Yeah, when you do that, it just all comes back out the other end. And then if you want, you can reread it.
Sorry, that caught me, not him.
I hate the pun world that you just brought us to. Also, I do need to get another room.
Oh, okay. A room for just another... How many people?
Just
Or
a
are
nice.
you-
It's more of a sick bay. We're coming back with a few people we didn't expect to have on hand. It would just be nice to have a place to get them set up and comfortable. So if you need 2 rooms, I understand. I believe that there are 4.
I don't remember.
You have 7.
7?
sandstorms.
Oh, so we have 7. We have 7 people. You know, how much is it going to cost to just rent
The whole
all of
thing.
all of this for a couple nights?
The whole.
How many rooms do you have?
Is there
I-
anyone else staying here?
You have not seen anyone. You see that there are actually no keys missing on the wall.
Oh,
So it looks like you are, in fact, the only one staying here. Well, I suppose for another 3 gold, you could have the whole facility for the night.
Yeah.
5
You know
gold
what?
for 2 nights.
You're gonna make my life easy. Let's make it 2 gold per night for the whole facility.
I hand him 5 gold. The last one's a tip for being nice.
Oh, well. Is there anything that I can do to make your stay a little easier? Do you need wound dressings?
Oh, yes.
General medical supplies would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I have some of those. No one really stays here for medical purposes. They usually are either undead or fully alive. There's no in between.
Are there any human healer or like non-vampiric healers in town?
There used to be one. I'll go... You see them shut the door and lock it. I will go see what I can find for you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
let
you.
me grab you the medical supplies first.
Okay.
You watch as they take the front door, and they grab a bright, shiny lock, and this is like a huge thing, and they put it on the door, which you can access this from the front or the back. There's like a hole in the middle of the door, and they take one key and put it in their chest. They tuck it inside, and they hand you the other key. I'm not going to lock every room unless you choose to have those locks, but
Okay.
this should keep the facility secure.
I'm fine with that.
All right, they hand you the key, and they go down into the basement, and they come up with a cart that is actually made to go up the stairs. There's like a small railing, so it comes out and levels out, and it's just a cart full of medical supplies. It's very dusty. And they just kind of pass it to you. Just don't scrape up my floors.
100%.
That's all I ask.
She is very strong. We'll carry it. I won't carry
You
it.
mean I'll carry
They're
it?
very strong.
All right.
And technically.
So you take the medical supplies in
Just,
and
like,
get
hanging
all
off
of the
the cart.
Samsarans into whatever rooms. Are you doubling them up or leaving them separate?
I think maybe for convenience, doubling them up, so not everybody's and if somebody does wake up, they don't wake up alone.
Sure. Are you putting everyone, even the ones that Tectoon assumed might be dead?
I think so. I think we're gonna have maybe those in
The same.
further away rooms.
Yeah, put all the dead ones.
The potentially dead ones in
Okay.
the same room.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. You have taken the time to unload the cart. Everything's kind of back the way it was. You lock up everyone. You take your resident himbo back inside. Ruth and everyone kind of takes their own bed. And while they're out looking for a healer, you decide to take a bath in the tub, and you can tell your story.
Yes. So.
Do you want Ruth or Tectoon out of the room in this?
No, I don't care who's there. I mean, I imagine Tectoon's probably not like looming over my filthy nude body.
Ruth would probably be the only one that would
worried
do
about
that.
your mental state because you have been shaken.
Okay, yeah.
And you're
Then
still shaken.
they can all be there.
Okay, Ruth is doing your hair again.
Just some general conversations. I let them know, I was born to two individuals I never met. I grew up in an orphanage. I was, like many orphans, sort of, what's the word, groomed into the work of a thief. And so for a long time, for a good 40 years of my life, that's how I made my living. In sabotage, in explosives and poisons, if that's a shock to any of you.
It isn't.
Yeah. And I was very good at what I did until one day, my entire troop was caught. We were doing some espionage work, trying to sort out a royal family, the Adson family, and O'Verne himself, the Duke at the time, captured me, locked me away, had all the information he needed about everyone, had already killed all my friends, and still continued to torture me for information for days. That's why my eyes gone, that's why my arms. When he finally found, he could not get any more information. I had no use for my blood because of how chemically tainted it was. He left me to die. And those few weeks that is the information that I shared with that. And in revisiting that after 100 odd years, I met, who I think I met, the god of torture, who tried to make friends with me. And if you think you've hit rock bottom, just wait till you meet the god of torture, because he'll let you know. Anyway, I offered to revisit those memories in full detail in exchange for information on how some vengeance might be achieved. And in exchange, I got nothing. So I am just living with that, as vivid as it ever was after 100 years of repression. I can see you're very entertained.
No, I'm listening.
No, I'm just teasing. No. Molly's not happy with sharing this information at all. She just kind of found herself vulnerable enough that she agreed to share it, and now is sort of just like blustering through, kind of confused, kind of wishing it was all over.
I offer understanding to you as someone who didn't know her father and barely knew her mother and sort of sold into my line of work. It's yeah, no, I can't, I don't think I'm supposed to say that I understand your pain because I don't. I've never been tortured. I've never gotten caught. It's
Fuck you.
I love how there's a
that was
little dig in
perfect-
everything.
That was a perfect Felicity statement.
I'm sorry.
No. I want you to know that as a character, as like a person, that was a perfect Felicity statement.
But I offer, in that case, I think sympathy is the correct word, and not in like, oh my gosh, that's so sad, I'm so sorry, kind of a thing. Like
Like you normally
I'm
do?
sorry.
Okay.
Like that's hard.
It's okay. Because what I do know is that he is still alive.
Oh, let's go kill
We're
this
going to get
motherfucker.
there. The first thing we need is this ship.
Oh, okay. Look at my shit.
We're going to get your ship back, and then we're going to deal with the problem. Tectune, tell us about your parents.
Did I ever tell you about Tectune's parents?
You never told us really much about his past. We never really probed. We barely got his name.
Oh. The only note I have, my parents are dead.
Oh,
Literally,
Probably
the only
same.
note I have is dead parents.
dead parents. How old is Tectune? Is he like,
Oh,
obviously
did you
he's in
ask
the,
him that?
I'm asking, yeah. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 15.
Is that adult in you? Gribbly?
Thank you for not saying frog.
I didn't want to say frog. I'm learning about hurtful words.
Is that old in you?
Like, are you like an adult or like adolescent still, or
Let's see. That's a good question. I should know this, but I don't know them all offhand. I'm almost middle age.
oh,
That's a quick
The
one.
oldest of us live to be between 40 and 60.
oh well.
But I'm about halfway to old.
Wait,
Yeah. Same though, honestly. We're both middle-aged. No wonder we feel
Yeah.
so close.
15 years is a hard time for a
Oh, yeah.
Gribbly, especially because I keep forgetting that I have an accent.
well, you know, when
You
you
don't
get to be that old,
Tectune, you don't need to keep up the accent. Clearly it's fake.
How old are you, Felicity?
talk amongst yourselves for a moment.
Well, let's see. If I had to guess how old Felicity was, I would say 27.
I'm 30.
I don't know enough, but you might be almost middle-aged too. Although you don't look it, you've accomplished so much and you age like fine wine.
Oh, wow, thanks. Yeah, I don't have any gray fur yet, so we're still going strong.
Don't you have some gray in your fur? I mean, just like as a gray color.
Yeah, but it's not like gray, like old gray, you know? There's a difference between like normal gray and then like, oh my god, you're old gray.
Oh, totally. I don't have any hair myself, so I really wouldn't know. I
Is
just
it-
lose my luster as I get old.
No.
Is it weird being like sticky all the time?
Oh, I'm not sticky. It's a very common misconception. I can be sticky, but I'm not sticky.
Well,
Have you not touched me?
can I touch you? Reach out and like,
It's like touching a frog. Like it's not. It's just like squishy more than anything else. But
mm,
like I like to be like, I'll go in the water and get a little wet, but I'm not sticky unless I want to secrete poison. But I don't want it.
Right.
Then I can get sticky.
Do you lay eggs like frogs?
I'm a man, so I don't lay eggs, but I can fertilize eggs.
Okay.
All right, I've had enough.
Everybody's giving up information. Felicity just wants to know all the inappropriate things.
So if you have children,
you took this moment of vulnerability, took advantage of it.
Yeah. Excuse me, Felicity, do you have a litter if you were to have kids? Like, how many kids would you have?
Well, I don't really know much about my family, so I don't know if twins are prevalent, but I don't know. I didn't grow up with a lot of cat people.
Well, I don't expect you to end up pregnant.
No.
But I have delivered babies if either of you end up pregnant.
I'm good.
Ooh, I'm all dried up down there, but thanks.
Is
Ruth
that
goes,
good?
yeah, I don't plan on
bad?
having any more kids either. Yeah, and I'm only like a few hundred years old.
But you're gonna come back.
Yeah.
So you will probably eventually have more children if you want.
If I want to. But so Samsarans, we don't have Samsaran babies.
Right. That's true. Okay.
So
I forgot.
Any children I have, I send over to whatever that city is.
So do you give
Ellison
birth
Tyre.
to humans?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Samsarans don't have Samsaran babies.
But they-
Samsarans are born to mostly humans, and they're usually killed because they look different. But we
Bummer.
have a trade agreement with the Shell Coast where we trade babies back and forth. That's where you found the baby when you met me.
So does that mean there's a baby trade route?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Is there money in that?
No, it's just free exchange of children.
Oh.
The free exchange of...
It's easier to grow up with your own people. Sometimes it can be difficult, especially if you're hunted for being different and can
Having
see
blue
the
skin.
future, or
Amen to that, sister.
Huh.
So, Ruth, practical question. I think one we should have. With these 7 Samsarans we have with us, how do you see it best to proceed? Because obviously we'd like to keep you around as long as possible, but I would understand if you needed to oversee their escort back.
Or they have like a built-in homing beacon type of situation.
Yeah, what if we just launched them from a catapult? Do you think they'd make it?
No, like, can they find their way home?
Yeah. Sorry, always thinking about catapults.
no, we're not like pigeons. We can't migrate back.
Man,
But
you should work on that
But you can fly.
evolution-wise.
Yes.
okay, I'll add that to my notes for my selective breeding eugenics program.
I'm just saying, like, you guys seem to tend to end up not at home a lot, so...
Well, we're supposed to journey. Our culture is very complicated and very old.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I think we have 2 options. Most of them are asleep and we don't know for how long. I don't quite understand the poison. Tectoon has tried. Let me see if he's found anything else out. Tectoon! Oh, you're right here. Did you find anything else out? Working on it, but no, I haven't found much. So we can leave them here. We do have the place we can keep renting out. I'm assuming they will be safe. I think you could probably tell the goblin to keep an eye on them. I don't think that they would necessarily mind. Or I can escort them back. But you would be without me in Vampire Country, which is fine. You don't need me because you're a big muscly cat and you have bombs that terrify everyone. And you have
Like
Tech
that.
Tune to keep you both alive.
We do
So
need
really-
a trio.
I can take them if you want me to go.
It's not a question of wanting you to go.
I think it's ultimately your choice.
Yeah, it's just the reality of like, would you as a person be comfortable leaving your people behind like this? And we understand if you have to go with them.
I think we've taken them out of a significant amount of danger, so I'll call this an improvement. If they were children who were running away, we may have a different conversation. But these seem to be adults who have probably mastered their memories. They'll probably be okay, especially if we leave some sort of information there. If we are staying in town, I'll probably stay nearby so I can check in on them. But if we travel, I'm sure it'll be fine. If things change, we can figure that out and move forward.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's just get a healer in here, if possible, and see what we can do.
The goblin comes in through the door.
Mm-hmm.
So, like 3 months ago, the healer was turned into a vampire. So, they can still cast divine magic, but they're a vampire. And I don't know what you want to do about that.
Can we work with that?
Well, can they be trusted?
I don't find them delicious, so I don't know.
Okay. Did
Well-
you know this person before?
No.
Like personally? No.
No.
If something goes terribly,
I just put some dirt on it and I seem to be fine.
That's probably a goblin thing. I don't know.
they had a bunch of dirt on them and they didn't get any better. So
Oh, must be a blue thing.
I think it's a blue versus green thing. I'm willing to roll the dice here.
Ruth? How do you feel
Yes.
about that?
I would err on the side of caution, but I would rather someone be here. So
I'm not-
honestly, I could go either way.
I'm not saying leave them with the vampire. I'm just saying get somebody into with them and stay with them for a couple days. And we can stay with them for a couple days,
But
right?
that means somebody would have, that's what she's saying. That
Yeah.
there would have to be somebody here.
Are we willing to post up here for a couple extra days? Like,
I mean,
can I just roll like a general intelligence check, see if there's something I'm missing? Can we take our time, like a couple of days to hang out?
You don't need to roll for that. Vampires move at a different speed.
Mhm.
You can take as much time as you would like. The advantage is that the vampires likely aren't going to move fast enough to catch up with you if they figure out what you're doing.
Okay.
So really, it's up to you. You can take more time if you want. You haven't really done anything that would alert someone besides killing a vampire, which you seem to have worked out.
We hashed that out. I realized in the middle of having that conversation with Morkrath, by the way, that maybe he was cool with that whole thing. And that we were just bringing him, like, his dead friend's corpse. Just being like, hey, sorry.
He
Our
didn't
bad.
seem upset at the end of the conversation.
Yeah, no. Everything was okay by the end. In theory. But, like, in the moment I had that thought. It's like, huh, maybe that was supposed to happen. But
Oh, also, as you pass by the home, there's a crater. You passed by it, and there's just this circular burn mark. I forgot to describe that to you.
love that.
he's effective
Yeah.
for sure.
It's only got the house. The mausoleum's fine.
Mm.
It was very much like if you took the corners of the house and drew a circle around them, it's
Mhm.
only in that exact perfect part.
Nice. Well, why blow up a perfectly good mausoleum?
Yeah.
You know,
You can put other bodies in there.
plus aesthetically, it's
Yeah.
very vampire.
100%. Very nice. Okay. I'm willing to wait a couple days while we get the cleric in here to look at. That way we're all here. Um, or again, if we'd rather prioritize something else, we can all leave. But we shouldn't leave them here with an infant.
I guess that would give us a chance to maybe do some fighting.
Yeah, we could hit an arena real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're waiting for. So are you sending out the goblin to go fetch someone tomorrow?
Yeah,
Or tomorrow
sure.
night, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna spend. You take the night to just kind of rest and relax. Take your baths, get all the dirt out of your fur and or hair and or non-sticky skin. And you take the. Do you check on the Samsarans, by the way?
Yeah, we'll be watching
Okay.
them throughout.
Just make. You can either make 7 heal checks or 1 heal check.
Do we want to just like do an average between the two of us?
Sure, we can do one. Heal is... What's heal? Is that survival?
Survival.
Should take some classes.
I for +5.
I have a +2. Can we take like a group heal, or do you want to just have one
You
person
can do a
roll?
group heal, or you can each do 1. It's up to you guys, however you want to do it.
Let's just do a group.
Yeah, I'll do group heal.
19.
8.
So like a
I rolled a 6.
14 or something like that.
Okay. Okay, that's an average of 17.
But would you consider that a sailing related check? Because if so, I get a +4.
You're not around any water, and you haven't tied them up, so probably not.
Bummer.
Darn.
It was a good try, though.
I'm just trying to help these folks out.
You managed to find out that none of them are dead. You just thought 3 of them were dead.
Oh. Wow.
They're just sleeping. Just resting.
Comatose.
It's totally fine.
Yeah, they're just resting.
Okay. So you do that, you take your time, you fall asleep. Felicity?
Mhm.
No, I'm sorry. Molly, you have the worst nightmares that you've ever had. And you become aware and unaware that they are nightmares, but you can't force yourself to wake up. It's like you're trapped in this. And every time it, quote unquote, ends, it just restarts again. Again with the same intensity. And make a perception check at disadvantage.
Almost critted. That was a 14.
You see Novulu is sitting and watching in the distance, always at like the corner of your eye, so every time you look, they're not there. But they definitely have this smile on their face.
Hey, bud. I hope this is fun for you.
You're not screaming loud enough, and the intensity increases of the pain. All right. You wake up in a cold sweat. It's the morning, or the night, I guess, for you. Felicity, I need you to make a fortitude save.
22.
Okay. You take 1 point of charisma damage.
Okay.
And you have this kind of sickly pallor to your eyes and nose and pads.
I go running for Tectune. Counting out the door.
Tectune is asleep. What?
What's wrong with me? I feel bad about myself.
Tectune's eyes are swollen shut because it seems like they were allergic to something and they kind of like rub at their eyes. I don't know. Are you sure that you're sick?
Touch me. I make it better. Yes, I'm gross.
I don't... Did you get hurt? Did you step on a nail?
No. Something's
Let's check it.
definitely wrong, though.
Okay, well, let's check it tomorrow and
What?
see if it gets worse.
No. Mom!
What can I identify, identify moves or whatever? Get a healer in here. Maybe they can help you out. Or just for like a
Right? It's like, I look wrong, right? You look
it's minimal.
awful, by the way.
It could be a bad sleep, is what it.
Okay. I look like bones. I just look like
bones?
like bones.
Like a pile of bones?
Like skin on bones, just like ragged, confused.
Forgot.
Woo!
Yesterday I cared. Today I'm just like.
Yeah, you should feel better since you got all your inside feelings outside, right? Like, that's how this is supposed to work. Or so I've thought about.
The only thing that I feel right now, Felicity, I want to make it fun.
Okay.
Is a desire.
Sorry, you're really faint. Could you?
Sorry, I was away from the mic. The only thing that I feel right now, Felicity, and I make this perfectly clear, is desire to make somebody hurt.
Oh.
The way I have hurt.
Oh.
For the past 6 hours of my fucking sleep.
Well, that goblin seemed to be kind of into that. You guys are like the same.
Yeah, I'm not going to hurt the goblin. The goblin's great.
Oh, okay.
The goblin may be the only person in this town we can trust.
Oh, right. Shouldn't ruin that, I suppose.
Yeah. I think we should get the healer, and then we should go to an arena. And we should rip some people apart.
Okay.
In a big and dangerous way.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
Okay.
But like, touch my paws. I'm like gross, right?
You're
like,
always gross. Have you been licking them?
Well, yeah, because they don't feel good.
It's so sad. It's so sad.
I also meant to give you guys 1 story point apiece too, unless you've exceeded your 5.
That would be 5 for me.
I am at 0, so I'll take my 1.
Okay.
Please, thank you.
I've been using them up.
With that, the goblin, hearing you're awake, you see this decrepit person walking through, and when I say old, you have never seen someone this old who you didn't just dig up. They are like hunched over in such a way that their back looks like it might be broken, and they kind of twist up at you. You have someone for me to heal.
Do you need healing yourself?
I am a proud Nosferatu.
Oh.
I need no help.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. Yeah, we have 7 somebodies.
Yeah, and also I want to make it perfectly clear, none of them want to be proud Nosferatus like you or anything like that. Totally respect the decision you made, or maybe didn't make, but are making the best of right now of becoming a vampire. Really, really would like these people to remain human until maybe they have the choice to become a vampire if they want to down the line. But yeah, let's help them the breather way.
And no selling them into slavery.
Yeah, that's the other thing. And we can pay you. Just let us know what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Drats foiled again, selling into slavery. You can tell this is a joke, but it's a very dry joke.
I've never met a funny vampire.
You need to get out more.
Okay.
We have a very good sense of humor hidden within our bones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's all the way in the bones? That's probably why.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in the blood we lose all that. I figured that out so much. Let me take a look at the patient. And they hobble over, and you watch as they're looking at them. Well, you can either pay me a lot of money, to make sure that they're all brought up now, or you can wait up to maybe a week or so and they'll all be back up.
How much is a lot of money?
That's a good question. Let me look at my scroll prices.
Can we get a discount since we're buying in bulk?
Oh, everyone wants a discount, but I'm casting in bulk. Where's my discount?
Well, you know, if I could help with that, I would.
Casting and Volt.
Oh, my fault. You don't have more spell slots.
Oh.
7 of them. 8. They look at you, Felicity.
Mm-hmm.
So 8. 5,000.
Gold?
Yes. You know what? We'll make it 45 for your discount.
45 gold? Yeah, we can do that.
No, 4,500.
Well, why didn't you just say that? Why did you say 45? Because now you've actually already told us 45, not 4,500.
You realize I can walk out and not have to have
No. Here's so okay.
Right?
So, like we said, they're going to be better in a week. 4,500 is just not going to happen for us, and I'm sorry.
Is that the today, like up today price, or is that the up in a week price?
That's the up-to-date price. Up in a week, you don't need me. You will need me unless you happen to have a very strong immune system.
Me?
Yeah, we're going to have to.
I told you something was wrong with me.
Yeah, and we all agreed. Your personality.
That's from just me.
Do you know what it is?
No, I feel like insecure, and that never happens.
Well, you have false death.
What? False death. So I'm not going to die.
So, did you fight a Gravebound and get scratched?
Yeah.
So, they have an illness, and if you get scratched, you look worse and worse, and then people think you're dead.
Oh.
And then in a week, you come back and you look healthy again. But it's basically just a really long nap.
Oh. I do like naps. But
Yeah.
we've got stuff to do. Can you... So how much?
To remove disease.
400 gold.
Yeah, that's cool.
400 gold? Jesus.
And I guarantee it won't come back. From this.
Is there a chance that it could come back?
If someone does it wrong.
It seems like a corpse. And phantasmal revenge.
Okay.
Also, I'm a divine caster, so there's no profanity that may affect you. I don't taint my magic.
I think it's worth it.
400.
The other option is to be here for a whole week. Although,
You
I mean, we
make you can either make a craft or a diplomacy to reduce the price.
Oh, I can't use it.
I will totally do a craft.
What does diplomacy fall under?
Influence.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's a 26 craft price.
Oh,
Be like, look, we're catching it early. This is mostly a preventative service. Usually those are covered 100%.
Make a spellcraft check now.
I don't have insurance.
That's either a 10 or an 11. I don't know if a 20 or a 21. No, it's just a 20. Modified.
They're overcharging a little bit. They probably don't get a lot of business, so this makes a difference for them.
Look, I feel like oh, go ahead. Sorry, it was your roll.
Oh, no. I'm gonna say...
Because I only rolled a 19.
We'll apply it to what you're saying, if you've got something to say.
We're already probably going to pay you some amount for all the Samsarans upstairs. So maybe don't try to grift me.
I didn't realize you were paying me just for a house call.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna pay you because you showed up. Not a ton of money, but like your time isn't.
They're gonna
like, it's
roll
worthless.
just to make sure that you're not bluffing. Were you bluffing? That you?
Were you bluffing?
Oh no, because I assumed that we were gonna like work at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him like
Deal.
5 gold.
Oh.
Yeah, no. I'm not used to the outside world. You seem like good people. Take another 50 off.
So 350.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's worth it. The other option is to wait an entire week.
Yeah, I won't be able to do anything.
Yeah, with you not be able to do anything, we won't be able to do anything. But all the
You
same
might be able to beat it on your own. You might.
No.
Because they said if you have a strong immune system, you could.
I am very strong. It's true.
But
But-
your charisma could keep dropping.
Yeah, I don't, and that's my like one thing.
One of two things.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I have the. I give him 350 gold.
You watch as this holy symbol appears floating in their hand and rotating. You've probably seen this symbol before. It's Yuria. So it's the chaotic good god of undead. And
Oh.
it kind of swirls around, and you watch as they grab it with one hand and kind of push it onto your chest, and you watch as this black, porous liquid turns into a gas and comes off of your body.
Oh
And you
shit!
feel better.
Do I look okay?
You still don't look
Like normal.
great. It's like, it'll be better by tomorrow.
Oh, okay, good. I
You
can't.
won't look like me. I know a lot of people are very vain. But you'll be okay.
Hey, did you call me vain?
No. He would never have called you vain. Nobody would ever say that about you. I just look at him, I just give him like the coldest, like, no.
I mean, you're not wrong. I just
You
I
get
don't
to
like
call her
hearing
that.
it. Yeah.
Well, I'm a doctor. I say things people don't want to hear. It's okay. You're vain. You admit it. That's part of the problem. You're partway there.
Moving into like this older Jewish man.
Okay. So, Doc,
Fine.
how would you
Yes.
value your services? Just, taking the time to come out, house call, make sure everybody's stabilized.
5 gold.
All right, I hand him
No,
it.
you know what? 5 silver.
So, we want
No,
you cheap, but not
I
you don't.
I misspoke. It's really 5 silver. That's like $50.
Okay, I hand him 5 silver.
Well, if you need anything, you can call for, what's the name I haven't used? Poltroff.
Perfect. Poldrop, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on these folks and we'll let you know when they all pull through.
Don't go fighting any more Gravebound.
Oh yeah,
And we made sure there were no more.
yeah.
Oh, good for you. If you do extermination work, I have a friend that could use your services.
Ooh.
Oh, what? Do tell.
Well, I don't know what they're dealing with. They just said they had an infestation, and it's in the basement. And my accent has totally changed.
No, you're fine. I haven't noticed anything. Where does your friend live?
They live like 4 houses down that way. You just look for the big stone gate that's missing both the doors.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And is your friend wealthy?
They're a vampire.
Okay.
Oh, wealthy. Well,
What about...
define wealthy.
Willing to throw their money around?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay.
Okay. We could also consider an exchange of services. I don't know how close you are with this friend, but if you were to heal up these Samsons today, we could go take care of that problem pro bono.
Oh, they're not that wealthy.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying you as a favor for a friend could heal our Samsons.
Oh, I understand, but they're not worth that much to me. We're not that close.
Okay.
More acquaintances than actual friends.
We're friendly. We're not friends.
How many Samsarans would you heal in exchange for helping out with this?
I don't think
I
he
think you're
cares.
barking up the wrong tree.
Ah, come on.
Okay, well, thanks for the tip on the job.
Yeah, pro tip on the job. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a good day.
You do
Here's
this
my
next.
card.
Oh, thanks.
It's literally a piece of, like, a sliced, basically card stock, and it's crooked.
Oh,
And it
nice.
just says,
Did you do these yourself?
Potroff.
Hmm.
I did. Can you tell? It looks professional.
No, it looks great. I was just curious because of how good they look.
You know when there's a blade that isn't sharp enough and it just kind of pushes and tears the
Yeah.
paper?
Yeah.
It's like that on every side.
Oh, and it's so great to touch.
You know when you like learn to like make paper airplanes in those paper crafts, you do the fold and then you lick the crease to tear it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's that.
Yeah.
It's just a card that's clearly licked on all sides.
Thank you.
Or with a dull blade or both.
Yeah.
You're very industrious, and I appreciate your work ethic.
That's so corporate of
Yeah.
you. You're even doing the power triangle.
Yeah. All right, Captain.
No, thanks.
They take a second and they look around, and I can't keep doing that voice.
That's fine.
So
I
I'm gonna
respect
change
it.
Mhm.
I want to ask about his family.
Mm-mm.
Are you, This is a stupid... I'm trying to do the voice. This is a stupid question. Are you Captain Redclaw? I could be totally wrong. I just don't know that many catfolk captains. And you responded to captain, so I'm making leaps here.
Why? What have you heard?
Well, I heard there's a second one, and they're kind of an asshole.
Oh God, they're the worst. Literally
Aha!
threw me overboard into the sea. They know what that shit does to my fur, and they just chucked me overboard like I hadn't practically raised them. It's fine.
So, you are Captain Redclaw.
Formerly known as, not currently.
Well,
Was relieved of
Uh,
my position.
it sounds like that wasn't willing.
No, of course not. Why would I give up gold and glory in my own ship and my own crew willingly? Stupid.
Some people think retirement is a good thing. I gather that that's not quite the case here.
Those people are probably boring and probably dead.
Well, I can tell you they're not dead. But, so they were... I know where they've been hanging out, or at least recently. It's actually, they were hanging out in Smuggler's Inlet for a while, which you know is, on the continent where you're near.
Right. Hadn't we already heard that tip?
You heard a few tips. So, you can choose to believe them or not, or they could all actually be true.
Yeah.
And where did you hear this from?
Oh, they start ruffling through their bag, and they pull out a head, and it's one of the former crewmates. He told me.
He told you? Did you do that?
Well, no, no, yes. Well, I didn't chop off the head, but I made the head tell me.
Oh. So how did you... Sorry, I know a lot of questions, but how did you come about with getting a head?
It was a gift.
From who?
Oh, the friend that I recommended, they gave me this. This was the payment.
But they're not your friend.
Friendly.
Friendly. This friendly person gave you a severed head.
Yeah, we're vampires.
Oh, sorry.
That's a pretty vampire thing to do.
Can you Can you make it talk again?
Maybe. Let me see if they can do it again.
Dead. The thrilling dead silence.
You can only ask it so many questions, but
Oh, that's fine.
let's see.
Do I know
did
this?
a week ago, so it should work.
Do I know the name of this person?
They're not high-ranking crew, so would Felicity know a low-ranking crew member?
Felicity knew everyone that was on her crew. Whether or not she
Okay.
thought they were important or not is a different story, but she knew their names.
Yeah, easier to judge somebody if you know their name.
Mm-hmm.
It's Zaniel.
Zaniel.
So he's going to tell you get 4 questions.
Okay.
And they have to tell you the truth, but they may not make sense. And if they don't like you, they can get really complicated.
Oh, I was well liked, obviously.
Heck
So,
yeah, let's talk to a corpse.
you watch as they start making scratch marks in the ear, and it's very small. They just kind of take their nail and twist it, and you watch as it's almost like clockwork, and just and then it
Wow.
just stares at you. The eyes flutter.
Hi, Zaniel. How are you?
I'm dead. And then the finger goes down on.
Oh, right. 4 questions. That's fine. I missed you so much.
They don't respond because it's not a question.
Oh, they're not. They won't like just make chatter with me.
No.
Oh. Where'd you die?
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
I died close to here.
Oh. I was looking for more specificity, but that's fine. Who killed you?
I guess you didn't get his name. Merrily.
Oh, were we already? I'm sorry. It was the vampire that killed
Yeah.
this person. Oh, okay.
And you have one more question.
Yeah.
That's
And you don't have to ask it right now. It's gonna be awake for a
What's your
little
favorite color? Oh. It's your favorite one. That's Morris, that song. Were you with the rest of the crew when you died?
No. It doesn't flutter out of existence, but you watch as the mouth clamps shut.
Can I punch it? Is it still alive?
It's awake. You can
Oh.
punch it if you want to.
No. She's pretty pissed off, though.
this.
Ew. Okay, I just kind of step back and let it. Because I can't ask it any more things, right?
I take it you didn't get the answer you wanted.
No, I mean, I really goofed with that first question, I'm gonna be honest.
It's a new thing. It's hard.
But
Once I asked if I could ask it a question, And then I asked if it counted, and then I was down 2 questions.
Oh man, that's a trap for sure. That magic, can't trust it.
If you want, well, I guess I don't have that ability.
Can I
If you
have
find
that?
where they, what was that? You want this?
Can I have it for later?
It doesn't mean anything to me. I was just keeping it in my bag. They hand you the head.
Is it gonna
Anyways.
like get gross?
Oh yeah,
Do you have any
the severed
tricks
head.
to not make it get gross?
Look at our
Question.
scrolls. Sorry.
Yeah. Sanctify Corpse and Phantasmal Revenge.
I'm gonna look at Sanctify Corpse real quick. See?
It
That's
makes
probably-
it so they can't be turned undead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, could you turn it undead? Just the head?
They're already dead, though.
It couldn't speak.
That's fine. I don't need it to speak.
You just want
I just want it
the
for
severed
later,
head.
but I don't want it to like turn into eventually just a skull. Like that kind of loses the impact.
Well, you see them pull out a scroll and Molly, can you cast spells? I can't remember. Or can you read magic?
I can read magic, yeah. I'm not a spellcaster.
You see that it says permanency written on it. Well, I can, but this is 500 gold to make it permanent.
How
Or I
long?
can make it last for a week to preserve it, even if it doesn't speak.
I mean, is embalming hard? Like,
We're getting in
you
so
wouldn't
deep.
know.
Why do you want the head?
just want it for later, you know?
I'm asking you to be honest with yourself here, Felicity. Why is the head?
Just want to be a scary captain with a severed head. Okay, I
You can
just.
take literally anyone's head.
But this one's already severed for me. I don't have to work for it, and it's a former crew member, which might have impact with the current crew.
Okay. But if it's worth the... You said 500 gold plus 500 for permanency?
Yeah, let me see. I might be able to turn it into something else, but I just need to look up how this creature is made.
If this is also like too convoluted,
No,
it's
this is
fine.
Wait.
What?
The necromancer's fishhooks. Will we put the face on a rod like Han and have 2 Hans?
Shh.
Do you want to try it?
Yeah.
So, the other option is I can turn it into an undead, basically, not a familiar, but...
Mm-mm.
And it can do some different things. It can deal fire damage, or grab things, or scream, or...
Oh my god, a screaming head.
Actually, though?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't actually need it to do anything. I just want it to, like, not rot.
How much to
Yeah,
turn it
I
into
mean,
a crazy familiar?
It really depends on what you want. If you want it to be a beheaded that you can use in battle, or use as a tool, you can do that. Or they can preserve it.
Gosh.
I mean, a tool sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It would actually cost about the same.
So we're talking like 1,000 gold here.
No, we're talking like 500 gold.
For something that would like scream attack.
And
You can either have it flaming, where it deals fire damage and might catch things on fire. It has grabbing, where it can have hair that turns into limb-like growths. Screaming, where it can cause them to be shaken, and swarming,
it's so bad.
where it turns into a swarm. You can also, if you want to pay more, add multiple abilities to it.
Personally, I would love fire. What are you feeling?
I think fire is sick. I think the grabbing might be handy too. How much?
So if you wanted to make it do all of them,
yeah,
you could pay 1,000 gold and have a screaming, grabbing, swarming, flaming head. That's your pet, basically.
Can I be honest?
How many gold to a platinum?
10.
It's 10 gold to a platinum.
10. Because I have 100 platinum.
You have 100 platinum?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. You should absolutely spend it on this incredible thing. Because that thing rules.
It will not be able to speak. This is not an intelligent undead.
I don't.
Okay.
Again, I didn't need it to speak in the first place. I was just hoping to use it to scare some pirates at some point.
Okay. Do you want it to do all of it for 1,000?
Sure.
Okay. So to make it listen to you, because normally this is a familiar. I'm gonna take a quick look.
Can I? So I can get a familiar with that feat that I'm waiting on.
Yeah. You could make it a familiar if you have improved familiar.
I don't. It's like
and then it gains intelligence.
Yeah, I definitely don't have that.
But eventually you could make it yours. Until then, it's basically a
yeah. I was gonna offer to make it a familiar to save you that, but no, we can. Well, I think a pet's fine. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
We'll chain it to a rock. We'll keep it with Hom.
I will figure out its statistics and give it to you, but okay. So what you have is basically, think Medusa with flames on it that is made up of a swarm and emits a high-pitched buzzing scream. And you now have a pet beheaded.
Sick.
Of Zaniel.
Yeah, you have a pet Zaniel. That's so crazy and creepy. Well, it sounds like we have a job to do. A few doors down, somebody who.
Do you want to hear its description?
I guess.
So, beheaded is a severed head or skull animated as a mindless undead sentinel that silently floats at eye level as it lies in wait for living prey or is sent out into the lands of the living to terrorize everyone it finds. A beheaded set loose near populated areas thumps ominously against shut doors and windows, biding its time until someone responds to the incessant knocking. The beheaded then assaults its victim. The beheaded can also guard grim crypts, abattoirs, and hideouts of murderers who like to keep reminders of their past sins close at hand. Beheaded come in many varieties, usually based on the creature the head came from. Prefers to float at head height so it can more easily attack the face, neck, and shoulders of its victims.
That's so great.
And what were they human? Like what were they?
That's a good question. Do you want to roll percentile die for me?
Sure. 43.
They were a Tengu.
Oh shit.
Let's go.
No. Big old burb. Sick.
So,
okay.
You know, and it chatters its beak together. You know how you've heard crows chatter them? It's like,
yeah.
It does that.
The fire swarm.
It also, the Nosferatu turns you, may I have a drop of your blood, please? To you, Felicity. I want to make sure it can listen to you to some degree.
Oh, sure. I hold out money.
It's not a familiar, so you don't get all of the benefits of a familiar. But you watch as they poke with your nail and get a drop of blood and scoop it. And then you watch as they dig it into the ear of this creature, kind of twist it, pull out.
Mm.
Now it will listen to you.
Sweet. 1,000 gold well spent, I think.
100%. No, that's where money should be going.
Not towards healing these
Not toward
frickin' Samsarans.
building. Yeah.
It's also technically neutral evil. So,
Okay.
which I think you're neutral. Are you true neutral or chaotic neutral?
I'm chaotic neutral.
I'm true neutral.
Okay. So, I mean,
It's part of the
That's-
club.
yep.
This one's like tendril, grabby tendrils.
If you happen to get good or lawful, it's gonna be less nice to you.
Okay, that won't happen.
Think of it less as being an intelligent fight against you as much as it is a battle of this is not my nature.
Okay. Great. Can we take
And
a
I'll
little?
give you the stats for that once I make it.
Oh, sweet. Cool. I was just gonna ask if we could take a little breaky poo.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna take a brief break and be back.
So...
Hello everyone, we are back. So you now have a beheaded. The Nosferatu has left. You are no longer sick with false death, and you know that the Sansarans will all be up in about a week. What would you like to do? It's a new night.
Should we go do that extermination job?
Yeah,
For a
let's
little
go do
gold.
the extermination job. It's only a few houses down.
Money, since we just spent a lot of money in it?
Yeah.
So at this point, your floating head is flying behind you, chattering at about your eye level. Just
Should we let it keep its original name, or should we name it?
I think it's way scarier if we let it keep its original name.
Okay.
I think it's way more terrifying if that used to be a person than to totally disassociate that.
We call it Zani for short.
Yeah.
sure.
It's kind
You
of
have
cute.
Zani.
Zani.
All right. So now that you've claimed to be a vampire and have a head floating beside you, people, especially, what did you call them? Living
The breeders?
warmbloods.
Warm bloods, yeah.
Warm blood.
Yeah. So warmbloods seem particularly afraid of you.
I'm okay with it.
So
I'll walk a little taller.
are you taking Ruth and Tectune with you?
We should take Tech.
Tectune, but we can leave Ruth to hang out with the injured.
It just feels weird to not leave somebody with them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Tectune has come along, and is riding on Ivana, just kind of on the side, doing his side saddle routine. You have made it up to this house that was indicated to you to be the one, because there's a stone gate, and the gate bars have been ripped off, and they're laying on the ground in various directions. It looks like they've been smashed and thrown from where they were before. And this house is in front of you. It looks like there's actually a pretty decent walkway. It'll take you about a minute to get all the way up to the house. And it winds, and it looks kind of treacherous outside of the path. You hear like a rustling in the grass as you walk along it.
I have dark vision. Can I see anything?
Make a perception check.
15.
You don't see anything in here. You hear it though. It is very
Okay.
obvious.
Are there lights on in the house?
There is light in the house, yes.
Okay. So it's occupied.
Yes. Which is not a surprise.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't really feel the need to go wander through these bushes if you don't want to.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Can we make it up to the door, and can I let Zani knock for me?
Yeah, so Zani goes and thunk, 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 thunk. It just keeps thunking. Eventually, yes, I'm coming. And you see this vampire with their feet nailed together, and it has this strip of paper with writing on it that you don't recognize. And it's hopped up to the door. What can I do? How can I help you?
Okay. Yeah, we were told by your friendly neighborhood healer that you might have an infestation in your basement.
Ugh. I've told them that I have it. It's fine, unless you like dealing with spiders.
I mean, like is a strong word, but would you pay us to get rid of them?
Yeah, it would save me some time, I guess.
Also, how many spiders are we talking?
Oh, just one.
Big?
Yes.
I can do that.
Does it have children?
Not really.
Not really?
Not really.
I think we'll do just fine.
Okay. Well, our normal spider killing fee is, like
600 gold.
600, but we'd give you a discount for 5.
Oh, that sounds fair. You'll only be the 5th person to do it. Come on in.
Yeah.
The 5th person to do it and succeed?
Sure. Come on in.
Also, what's your Is that a type of vampire? Why are your feet stuck together?
Oh, I'm a Zhangxi. It is a type of vampire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
They
What
are,
happens?
Doesn't that piece of paper get kind of annoying?
well, it keeps me around, so.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna offer to like yank
So
it.
whenever
but-
you're breathing, every time you breathe out, they seem to just like breathe in.
Hmm.
And just the outfit that they're wearing though feels very out of style. It's definitely not a recent thing.
Okay.
But they are also immune to scrolls and wands with that
Oh,
thing.
Well,
Because
good
that's
to
what you
know.
heard from them, so.
Okay. Ooh. Well, if you'll show us the basement.
Ah, yes, absolutely. So they lead over to this basement, which is a big gate, and they hand you a key. So it's just through there, down the stairs, as a basement usually is, and just through the front, the big main gate. You'll see the webbing, and then just follow the webbing. If you'll just
Okay.
lock the door behind you, that would be great.
We won't be doing that. You can come back and
Well,
look
I don't
at
want
it
it coming out.
It won't.
oh, no.
We've killed many
Okay.
spiders.
All right. Well, if
Very
you
confident
don't
people.
and it comes up, I'm bringing you back, and you're going to be a vampire. This is not a negotiable situation here.
We'll
So, are you sure you got it?
Yeah, 100% sure.
we'll lock the
Okay.
door. Just you are the client.
If I don't hear from you in an hour, I'll go check it out. Ta-ta. And then it just kind of...
Goodbye. I really hate spiders, so you're going to be doing the majority of this.
Okay. Understood. Like, can I borrow your new friend? So it's got more hit points and better AC than me.
And both of us. Okay. Can I light I'm assuming it's dark down here. Can I light my lantern?
Yes. Yeah, you have your bullseye lantern on. And you just see like a little bit of spider webs around.
Ow.
Nothing major.
I don't know what this dude is so afraid of. Why doesn't he just do this himself?
I'm gonna start clearing the webs.
Oh, okay.
Alright. So you lock the door behind you.
Yeah.
Okay. You move in there.
Should we be
and you keep
touching the web?
descending down the stairs. It gets a little thicker. There's some webs here and there.
But like,
And then you
webs
get
usually
downstairs.
attached to the spider, and like they can feel.
Yeah, I guess we could avoid the webs. It's gonna know on that. Sorry.
So
Sorry.
then you get down into the main room, and it's spider webs everywhere. Like in Lord of the Rings, when the spiders' webs are
Mhm.
like wrapped around. This is what it looks like in here.
Cool.
And you're in the main room, and there's the spider webs that go straight ahead, and there's also two little areas that jut off to the side.
Shall we try your friend's ability to just burn all this down?
I suppose so. If we just want to go in swinging.
The alternative is not see where we are, be stuck in a bunch of webs. So I think if we start by burning the webs.
Okay. Yeah. I'll have Zani do a fire attack on the webbing.
All right, so Zani is flame. Think of it like a pilot light, just flames up, and then it rams into the spider web, and you watch as there's these creeping flames. It starts to get very smoky in here very quickly. So are you guys holding your breath or breathing in the smoke?
Oh, I didn't go for the smokeless option.
How much was the
sorry,
smokeless burn?
Sorry, it's the old type of spider webs, not the new clean burn spider webs.
Man.
We can hold our breath for a while.
This is so stupid.
My bad. My bad.
You're shorter than me too, so you have fresh air for longer.
My
I have to look up how smoke rules work.
Gosh.
All I know is smoking kills. So
It does for if you are.
Can we take it back?
nope. It's too late now.
And just have
Pathfinder.
Zani inhale all the smoke for me, since he doesn't have
Oh,
lungs.
he doesn't have any lungs. The first thing it recommended was the hubris domain, which I thought was funny. All right, so you're holding your breath as the smoke is kind of getting into your eyes and you're finding it hard to see.
Sick. And I'm assuming this is like a true like dugout basement. There are no windows. There is no light. Like,
think it's very much like a stone catacomb basement.
yay! Can I go back to the door and knock?
We can unlock it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can
green
unlock the
key.
door if you want. I mean, it's just a gate that you locked up.
Oh, so there is an opening that the smoke can go through.
Up the stairs, yes.
I guess I'm holding my breath. I don't have anything else I could do.
Yeah.
Could I like rip off a portion of my shirt and pour some water on it and like put it over my mouth
Sure.
and nose to
you
try and get
created-
some like
It's
filter?
going to help a little bit if you start breathing.
Yeah.
So you have wrapped your face in a wet cloth.
Mhm.
The fire is spreading, and you see these red flames kind of following into all of the different tunnels. And you just hear this gentle crackling of the flames around you. You're welcome to follow the flames.
I don't know that I want to, if I'm honest. I might just pop a squat here in the main room and wait for the
Mhm.
spider to come to us.
Okay.
I think that makes the
Why
most
don't you
sense.
make a perception check for me as
Uh-huh.
the fire starts burning away the spider webs?
Not good. 13.
Molly?
4.
Oh, okay. There are plates on the walls, but they're covered with soot, so you can't read what they say.
Wait.
Oh, can
Like
I?
like a square or a rectangular brass.
Can I
plate.
try to wipe one
Oh.
away?
Sure. There seems to be one on the left, one going ahead, and one on the right.
Let's do the closest one, the one on the left.
Okay. On the left, it says food storage.
On the right.
Alchemical storage.
Mm-hmm. And right ahead.
Right ahead is
Spider storage.
atrium / ballroom.
Oh. Okay.
Well, hopefully we didn't just lay all of... Well, no, he's a vampire. He doesn't need food.
Mm-hmm.
Whose house is this? Did you
This
want
is
to...
his now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna peek into the alchemical storage.
Oh, sure. As you look in there, there are a lot of unprotected and unstable catalysts that are unprotected, and some of which are broken and open, and the fire has not quite reached it yet.
You're really
Ooh.
punishing us for this.
Can
and I just don't appreciate it.
Love
This,
it.
this
Love it so much.
existed before you did it.
This is the single
didn't
worst
even look.
decision we could have made, and I made it boldly. Okay, it's on me.
Oh, you better fix it.
Okay, can I make a craft check to just try to like neutralize all this real quick?
I don't know if that's a craft check. What are you using? Like,
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pile it all into a handy haversack.
Just scoop it.
okay, how much room do you have in that handy haversack?
How much?
I
room-
mean, mine's practically empty.
Because if you overload it, it bursts and sends everything into the astral plane.
Okay, I don't have. Shoot, I have mine somewhere. You said yours is practically empty though.
Yeah, I don't think we really put anything into mine.
Could I borrow yours
Yeah.
real quick? I'm gonna run back out, grab hers. I know that kills a little bit of time.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm just gonna get as much of it as I can into the handy haversack, focusing on the more dangerous stuff first.
Okay. So, since you are not focusing on the weight and making sure the limit is correct, there's a lot of stuff here, so I'm going to need you to make a intelligence check or wisdom, unless you can think of something better, to not overload this.
No one's either.
Oh.
I think flat intelligence problem in this instance.
Okay.
That is a mod 20.
All right. So you start loading some of the more explosive equipment. You're not grabbing the stuff that is already spilled. You're just kind of throwing different crap in here. You're not quite sure the condition that it's all in.
Mm-hmm.
But you have grabbed as much dangerous stuff as you think you can, and you have reached a point where you're like, I don't feel comfortable putting anything else in here without it exploding.
Okay. At this point, do I have time to make a craft check to try to, like, combine what's left and see if I can make any of it in there?
Okay. Yeah, make a craft alchemy check to neutralize these catalysts.
As a 15 modified.
Okay, you're able to neutralize some of them, kind of like splashing them on each other. But there's a few that you don't recognize, and you don't know what they do. And that's because there's soot covering it you can't really see. There's a lot of smoke.
Aren't you immune to a bunch of stuff?
Mostly poisons.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about this.
I just want to drink them.
Felicity, are you sitting close watching this? Where are
I'm
you?
gonna bail.
I'm back in, like, the main area where everything forks off.
Okay. So Felicity, Molly has been sending about 3 minutes and is over in this room. You hear frantic moving of bottles and is there any cursing going on at this moment?
Oh, playing. Actually, you know what? I think it's just dead, silent, terrified focus. Because Molly's just like the poison safety expert, and Molly's coming back. And she's just like horrified for what could happen because she doesn't really know what's going on in this room. But I think once she gets to the point where she doesn't have any clue what to do next, she's just getting out as quickly as possible and getting as close to the door as she can.
Like the stairway to go upstairs or the
Yeah,
door?
the stairway to go upstairs.
Okay.
Oh, so you're, like, running past me?
I'm just gonna say we should make some space real quick. See how the cards fall in here.
You hear a very gentle whistling noise coming from that room. And the smoke is getting heavier, and it's starting to get through your mask part. You can lower closer to the ground and try and get some fresher air. All right, so you're basically laying down on the ground, looking each other in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear that whistling noise, and you hear scuttling and crackling.
Remind me to never listen to you ever again.
Remind me to call you a pansy. The first one that I can't, because this is working.
The head also lowers and has this face.
Oh, yeah.
And it just is staring at you in the face as it lowers.
Tell it to find the spine.
Can I do that? Can you go find a spider? Like the big one?
It goes up and just starts floating.
Okay.
and just is moving on its merry way.
Okay. Bye.
You hear like a noise from the alchemical storeroom. You're not sure what these noises are, but think of it, have you ever seen a fireworks stand or something in a video where it starts to like put out different noises because it start on fire?
Yeah.
You're kind of witnessing that. Most of it doesn't seem quite dangerous in the moment. There are some colors and smokes and some stuff that's shooting out of it. Molly, why don't you make another alchemy check for me?
That is a 19.
A number of these smokes are toxic, but you think they're in small concentrations, so they shouldn't really be a problem.
Okay, I'll let Felicity know. I neutralized all the real dangerous stuff. There's a little bit coming out, but it's not much more toxic than the air we're already breathing.
Oh, great. So I'm probably going to die either way.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
Well, at least you made
There's
it
then-
slower and more painful.
That was the goal.
There is a jet of white flame that shoots out of this doorway into the food storage area. It appears to be magnesium that is burning, so it is a blinding white flame.
Ooh, I hope it hits Spider.
Awesome.
So I need you guys to make a fortitude save to not be blinded.
Not be blinded. Oh, yes. I got a
I also
27.
swear I have had this planned before this.
I got a 13.
I'm sorry, what did you get, Felicity?
27.
Okay. Molly, your one eye is very, very blinded at the moment. You just got a full blast of that white light.
I was just feeling so confident. I forgot all my safety rules. Forgot my special glasses. All right, I am blinded. Felicity,
What?
there's something I need you to know.
What?
I cannot see anything.
You only had one eye to start with, so it's not much of a loss.
Yeah, I know. Ha 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 ha.
Can we?
I need you guys to
leave?
make a fortitude save.
That's a 15. A 15. Don't die.
That's a 14 for me.
Felicity, you now spend the round choking and coughing. And at this point, the head is coming back,
Mm-hmm.
and the flame has subsided, and you see this giant spider following it.
Oh no.
I don't see anything. What? What?
Make another fortitude save.
I got another fucking 14.
I got
you
22.
You have taken 5 points of non-lethal damage, and you have spent the other time choking and coughing.
So I'm unclear on non-lethal. So does that? It still affects my HP the same, right?
It's not a problem until it reaches double the HP that you have, and then it starts acting as lethal damage. So it's just something to keep track of. So
Okay.
So yeah,
Sorry.
so you're still hitting Molly, and you can't speak. As this is, and when I say large, we're talking
Huge.
like actually large.
It's like 10 feet.
Okay, so it is large size.
Yeah, and it is. Make a perception check, Felicity, through the smoke.
Seven.
It looks like it's dripping pieces of flesh or exoskeleton, and it's chittering and moving forward. There's still sparks and other colored smoke that are coming out, and this creature's walking through it.
God. Well,
You can make another fortitude save to try and speak.
Can I at some point
oh my God,
roll
Boris.
to not be blind, or is that just happening for a while?
It's gonna happen for another couple rounds. Felicity, you take 5 points of non-lethal damage and are still coughing.
Oh my God.
So Molly, you're being hit and you can't see anything.
Can
You hear a light chittering.
I move?
Okay.
Can I move out of the way, like back towards the gate?
It says you're choking and coughing. I don't know if you can move.
I mean, I'm like on the ground already, right?
You
So
can
could I like
crawl.
crawl back?
Yeah. So sure, you're starting to crawl.
Okay.
A
I
little
want to
bit
like
up the
tug
stairs.
on you back with me,
Okay.
so that maybe you get the cue to.
I'm gonna go back, but I'm gonna listen to the chittering.
You speak spider.
No. I'm gonna try and make. I don't know what kind of check you want me to make. I want to throw a bomb at the spider,
Okay.
but while I'm blind.
Oh my
But
God.
I have hearing. I can hear, and it's large. So I'm gonna let you decide if this works and how it would work.
So let me see. Do they have thrown attacks while blind? That's a great question. Oh, and of course it tried to pull it blinded by the light. Oh, it's like attacking an invisible creature.
Oh, that would make sense.
Because your eyes are useless. That makes perfect sense. So, you're also lying on the ground, so you're prone.
Mm-hmm.
You can stand up and throw if you would like.
But I can't throw from the ground.
Not because you're like face down, so you really can't get
Okay.
to put it together and do it. You can stand up and throw though. And then you'll get it still has like a miss chance because it's concealed to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and throw.
Alright, so Felicity, you watch
I'm still following
as Molly
you, Felicity,
stands up
but
and starts putting a bomb together.
Oh god.
They're all prepared. They're all prepared. They don't have to like put it together. It's basically have to like.
Alright, you know this by the back of your hand, so you put it together. You have made a bomb. Is this your fire bomb or a big bomb?
This is one of the big ones.
And we're like, I know I can't talk right now, but we're sure that none of the other gaseous things in the air right now are flammable.
Presumably they would have exploded already. But yeah, I'm just going in. I'm just gonna smack it with a bomb.
Alright. So you prepare your bomb and you throw it, and I need you to make roll a d20 for me, and then a percentile die.
So just the number on the d20. Am I adding anything to it?
It's an attack roll.
Oh, it's an attack roll. So the attack roll itself was 21 minus any modifiers you need for distance or anything like that. I don't really know because I'm blind. And that's against touch AC. And the percentile was an 11.
All right. So, Felicity, since you're the one who can see, you watch as this bomb sails and is slowly arcing towards this creature. It hits them. And Molly, I need you to roll damage.
Sweet. 6 plus 6, yeah. So, the first is the fire damage, and that's 19 fire damage, followed by, I can't believe that hit, followed by 16 piercing damage.
So, Felicity, I need you to make a perception check.
I'm doing great.
I need to stop with you saying this there. It's an 8.
So, you realize that it is not flesh dripping from these creatures. It is spiders dripping out of a husk of a giant spider.
Can I talk yet?
Make a fortitude save.
I have a +8 to this. I shouldn't be rolling so poorly.
I'm the same boat.
Okay, that's better. That's a dirty 20.
You have stopped coughing and you're like,
oh my god. It's covered in spiders. It's one big spider covered in tiny spiders. I'm like grabbing your ankle.
Did any of them burn?
Some of them do.
But I hit it though, right?
Yeah, you hit it.
Fuck yeah, Molly starts preparing a second bomb.
You hit the big spider.
Alright. So, you have the option that we can leave it here or we can roll initiative.
I'm down to leave it here. I think that's the right. This is the right kind of cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Of spider section.
Yeah.
Sick.
So, congratulations. You found a spider made of spiders.
Nice.
Hate your brain.
I also hate your brain, but I do still think you're beautiful, but I hate your brain.
Oh. Just don't look inside the head and you're fine.
Surface content only.
Yes.
So, what do you guys want to call the episode?
What was the beginning?
The beginning one was misgendering of it.
Misgendering.
Oh god, there were so many good ones.
Well, we can figure that out off camera, I guess.
Yeah.
That would be smart, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
So,
probably.
thank you all for joining us, and I can't remember. We were gonna not play the next 2 weeks, right? Or
Right.
Do we want to play next week?
I think we were taking 2 weeks off.
And we'll
'Cause you're
play on
gone
the
the-
2nd.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So we'll be back on July 2nd. Wow.
Oh,
Already
it's so
July.
long.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, thanks guys for joining us, and we will be back next time.